Hi everybody, I'm very honored to be speaking today and sharing my story. So this past December, I found myself in a bit of a bind. I needed to put down a deposit for my college apartment and register for 2 winter classes at UMass, but I wasn't sure how I was going to come up with the money. Then something incredible happened. One morning, I received 2 scholarship checks from the Ouimet Fund, and to my surprise, I could now cover both my deposit and my classes. Beyond the generous scholarship support that I had already received for the academic year in the fall, the generosity from these 2 donor families arrived at exactly the right moment. My brother Chris and I began working at George Wright Golf Course in 2022 through the City of Boston Success Link program. And after 2 summers there, I learned a lot about hard work, responsibility, and the game of golf. In 2023, in addition to our work on the grounds, I got the opportunity to caddy at the annual Mark Bavis Leadership Foundation Celebrity Golf Tournament on Cape Cod. Things started out great until lunch when I somehow lost track of both time and my golfers. Eventually, I had to admit to the tournament staff that I had no idea where I was supposed to be, and my golfers weren't thrilled when I finally found them, and I was mortified. So it's safe to say that 17-year-old Jill was not exactly cut out for caddying, and she learned a very valuable lesson that day: to follow directions. This is my official apology to anybody involved. My first introduction to the Ouimet Fund was actually through an impromptu photo shoot at George Wright. At first, I knew very little about this organization. I couldn't even pronounce Ouimet correctly. But as I learned more about the fund and the opportunities that it creates for students, I realized how special it truly is. It's funny to think that I once struggled to say the name of an organization that would later have such a huge impact on my life. So after George Wright, I headed off to UMass Amherst. Along the way, I studied abroad in London, gained independence, and made memories that I'll never forget. Now, I'm studying hospitality and tourism management at the Eisenberg School of Management, and I'm working at Hotel UMass, where I continue learning, growing, and preparing for the future I hope to build. Today, this summer, I continue my journey in the golf industry as a food and beverage rotational intern at Pine Brook Country Club. I've worked as a server, in the golf shop, at the Turn Shack, multiple events, even as a photographer at a recent tournament. When I look back on my journey from George Wright to UMass to Pine Brook, there's one thing that connects it all, and it's the support of the Ouimet Fund. Yes, you helped me pay for college. You also helped me turn a summer job at a golf course into opportunities and experiences I never imagined that have shaped my future. I'd especially like to thank Elaine, George, Kareen, and Andrew Munchback, as well as Carolyn Baudet for believing in me and investing in my future with your endowed Ouimet scholarships. I'd also like to thank Colin McGuire for having me here today. Your generosity has truly changed my life, and I'm incredibly grateful for everything. Thank you so much, and have a nice day.